So my next guest, Jeremy Noble, stopped by the Farm Lounge a few weeks back, sat down with David Hooper of barmusiclive.com and myself after an amazing show. Dude can sing and dude can talk. He's got the gift of gab just like he does the gift of singing. It was awesome. We had a great conversation. We got to really dive deep into some of his passions, what drives him in his musical career, and some of the stories that he's able to tell from being around music his entire life. It was an awesome night. I wish you would stay tuned to the end, like all the way to the end. Give it a watch, even if you got to take a couple breaks. Go pee, get something to drink, a couple popcorn, something. It was a good night. Learned a lot about the music industry. Learned a lot about Jeremy. Dude's got some songs coming out. He's got a few more in the works. So give it a watch. If you've seen anything that you like here on Fancy's Media, Fancy's Unfiltered, make sure you give it a like and a subscribe. We appreciate it. All the efforts and the help we can get is appreciated. This is Jeremy Noble, live at the Farm Lounge, brought to you by barmusiclive.com. We'll see you on the next side. Next one. Next time, next side. We'll see you later. This is Jeremy Noble. So how was your first Farm Lounge experience?
Oh, this is great, dude. I love this, dude. Y'all got a great setup here. I like it.
We try.
People can watch you go to the bathroom. That's awesome.
Well, as long as you get to the seashells layered correctly, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Some people enjoy the seashells.
For some people, those is perfect coverage.
Yeah.
Not for my bug ass. I'm scared to go in there. I'm afraid I'd knock the partitions down.
It's kind of weird. Daniel's been here this many times and for this long, and I've never seen him go to the bathroom. It's weird.
I always go piss in between that chicken coop with wheels.
I thought he was a Ken doll.
That's why it stinks back there.
I didn't
thought he was a Ken
there.
doll. I thought it was just
Ken
slick.
doll.
Slick.
Just
He
slick
just
all
he
the
don't
way
have
down.
all that.
Yeah, I didn't.
There's nothing there. He's really just AI. He's AI.
Yes, yeah.
He's a robot. In case you were wondering, cyborg.
So what you been up to? I know we talked about your new upcoming songs. Tell us a little bit about that real quick.
Yeah. So this song's sometimes you put a song out and it's old. Because it's
Sometimes
just
are the best ones.
Yeah, because you want to change it or you want to do something with it or you just And I have folks that I play come see me play and stuff like that, and they're like, "Man, you got to get some stuff so I can hear it." And I said, "Okay." And so now I've got I got a bunch of songs that are just sitting there acoustic, and I've learned just put them out. I've got the means to do it, so I'm gonna start putting them out. I'm gonna try to start doing like once a month.
So you said something. Were you kind of afraid to put that out because it was acoustic? Were you
I
wanting
was.
to wait and do a full set on it?
I was. I want something if it's going to be out there and people are going to pay a subscription for that streaming service, or they're going to buy it on iTunes, or they're going to buy it on Google Plus or whatever. I want it to be good. I don't want to just throw crap out there for people and then just be like,
No, you don't want to throw crap, but a lot of people like acoustic stuff, and you sounded damn good tonight with your acoustics.
I appreciate that. It's acoustics different than full band, of course. I mean, everybody is, but to me, my favorite things used to be those like live in the X Lounge, what the 107.7 the X used to do, and you'd have different versions of songs. They may do an acoustic version, and my absolute favorite, and I posted it on my TikTok. It's been my most viewed post, and all it is a repost. That's all it is.
Sometimes
and it's back in the day they used to do the CBS or somebody would do a special, and they did a special that called for the Boar's Nest, the original Boar's Nest, for the lady that took over all those country artists in, Sue, and she'd keep them up at their house and stuff like that. And they'd come to Nashville and she'd put them up and stuff like that, feed them, all this stuff, and they called it the Boar's Nest. And you could walk in, Roger Miller would probably be sitting there, and Hank Williams Jr., Waylon Willie, Ernest Tubb, just you name it, country music royalty, just in and out the door, because it was a place they could do what they wanted to do. And some artists that wasn't country artists that would come there just to hang out with these guys and write and play, and do the stuff. So they did a special on television from CBS, and that was
There was a fur rocket coming right at you, and that scared me.
that scared me too because he did it to me earlier while I was playing. I was like, well, luckily I didn't flinch. I was good. But they did the special, and Hank Jr. did All My Rowdy Friends Have Settled Down. And he did it on acoustic, and Waylon's hosting it, and he's sitting beside Chris Christopherson and Roger Miller sitting there, and all these guys, and I mean, you name it. I've watched the entire special. They don't do stuff like that no more. And when you get a chance to hold an acoustic guitar, it's a little bit more intimate.
Right.
It's a little bit more you, and you're vulnerable. I mean, because it's just you and that guitar, and everybody's there.
So you were scared.
And that's why sometimes I like full band, because I can hide. I'll say this, and I've always said it, I'm not the best guitar player. I mean, I learned some chords, and I take it to as full extent as I can take it.
You max your abilities out.
Yeah, I'm not a chicken picker or Dwayne Allman or anything like that. And sometimes when I have a full band, I can hide that. I can hide that insecurity that I have about that.
We should probably start doing acoustic a little more often then, because you sounded good.
I appreciate that.
So don't be scared. Don't be scared.
It's fun. I'm nothing embarrasses me. I mean, I've always heard that all my life. My mom and dad. I used to make up songs in the living room. We'd be sitting there watching television. I'll never forget this. Don't know why I remember it. Don't know why this is a core memory in my brain. But I just remember my mom sitting on the couch, laying on the couch, and my dad sitting in the other couch, and we were watching Monday Night Football. The only reason I remember this is because it was the Steelers and the Cowboys were playing on a Monday night in the early 80s. And I was a huge Steelers fan because I loved Terry Bradshaw. I don't even think he was playing. But I'm laying in the floor, and I used to take my G.I. Joes, and on the rug, I'd play football. I'd line them up. I'd have this one as a quarterback, and I'd be moving guys and stuff like that. And I'd be like, well, he's going to go through here, and he's going to. And I never did. I never became a football coach or played football. I did in ninth grade, and then I was like, oh, God. My dad said, you can either have a car and go to work and get a job and have a car, or you can play football, and we'll take you everywhere. And I'm like, I'll go work at Chick-fil-A. But all I remember is laying on that floor, getting a little bored, and I turned around, laid on my back, and I'd put my feet up, and I'd put my hands underneath my butt like that, and I'd start making up a song, and I'd go, the sock, the sock, the sock, 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 and I would sing a song called The Sock, and my dad would look down at me, and he goes, what are you doing? And I just made this song up. It's called The Sock. I said, I think it's pretty good. And the only reason I did it is because we'd watched Happy Days or something, and they were going to a sock cop. And so I had sock just stuck in my head, and I made up a song called Sock. And then I would come up with just little things. My dad would say something to me, and I go, hey, let the black cat hop. Like that. And he'd just look at me and go, what are you? He's like, you're going to work at Six Flags one day.
I used to want to work at Six Flags
I
when I was younger.
I did.
That'd been a pretty cool summer gig.
I would have never made it. They'd have fired me the first day because I'd have been laying on the ground over by the cyclone going, the sock. But no, dude, that's the thing is like, folks, anybody that's heard me on anything before has heard why I love music. I mean, my dad and mom, they played it. My dad played it in the truck. I listened to Hank and Waylon and Merle and all that stuff, and my mom loved Vern Gosdin and gospel music. I sang at church. I sang at all that, and my dad would bring me to Coleman, and we'd go to the Montana Exchange, and we met Merle Kilgore while we was there. Probably one of the best. I think meeting Merle Kilgore above all else, I think that his passion for music, his passion for what Hank Jr. was doing as he was his manager at the time and all that. And I think meeting him ignited me because my dad made Hank a black powder hunting rifle, and Hank and Merle came to our house and picked it up. And so after that, Hank told my dad, y'all can get passes to anywhere and, just call the office, talk to the secretary. She'll put your name down. You got 4 passes backstage and to regular seats.
That's pretty cool.
So we went to Von Braun Civic Center. I was 5 years old. my first concert was Hank Williams Jr. and at 5 years old in the 80s. If anybody wants to look up, Google Hank Williams Jr. concerts live in the 1980s, and you're going to see a wild west.
So that's why you're the reason you're the way you are.
That's exactly why I am.
You got scarred.
Hank used to not let nobody on stage. It's not like it is now, So, you look up there now, and there's folks standing over to the side and stuff like that. He's gone. The band's still playing. He's getting in the car leaving. He don't care if there's people over there.
Yeah.
And he came over and was taking some shots of Jim Beam, not Jack, because his sponsor was Jim Beam. He was drinking, and we got a picture of him turning one up, and that was the last picture on the camera roll. And unfortunately, because right after that, Hank come over, and Merle Kilgore was standing there holding me on the side of the stage. And I had my Bo Facifas shirt on, and Hank grabs me and takes me out on stage. Asked me if I wanted to sing. And I said, yeah. And he goes, well, what are you going to sing? And I said, if you don't like Hank Williams, you can kiss my ass. And when he did, he said, all right. And that band started playing it. And I knew every word. And so I got to sing with Hank when I was 5 in Huntsville. So
that's pretty damn cool.
Here I am. Here I am. Hey, and so, well, and the good thing about it is when you get older, you start thinking, did that really happen? Is that just something that I dreamed or something like that? And then I got to play with Cowboy, Eddie Long, and me and Cowboy got to talking, and I was saying stuff that happened at that show, and Cowboy remembered it. Because there's a guy that was there it was in the Marine Corps, and somebody threw a cherry bomb down, and it went off beside him. And Hank was about to jump off stage and fight the guy who threw the cherry bomb. Because that guy was there, Hank invited the guy there. And then Cowboy had a new leather jacket with fringe all down it. Had it on the back of his chair while he was playing the steel guitar, and Hank grabbed it during the song and just starts doing this right here with it and throws it in the crowd. And Cowboy said, that made me so mad. He said, I spent $800 on that jacket, and Hank just threw it in the crowd. He said, the guy brought it back, believe it or not.
I figured he would have kept it.
And I said, because I remember it, because I'm the one that told him, and he goes, I remember that. And then he looked at me, and I said, I'm the one that Hank took out on stage and sang. And he goes, I remember that. And he said, I cannot believe that all these years that he said, I've thought about you before. And I was like, well, dang. And so now that made me feel good, because I was like, okay, good. It wasn't, there wasn't no little green man involved in anything. It was actually happened. So I've been doing this all my life, and I sung in choirs in church, and high school, middle school, sung in choirs, tried out for show choirs and got in there, and went to college went to Gaston State, Sneed on music scholarships, and sang in those and all that. And my high school choir director, Tom Cole, who's passed away, he's the one that taught me how to sing. I mean, he taught me he'd go, you do good. He said, but let me teach you how to do that. He says, sing from your diaphragm. He was my voice teacher. Even though I didn't pay him a dime, he taught me how to sing. And then I went to college, and Mr. Crow at Sneed State, or at Gaston State, he taught me. He took me in and said, hey, one of our classes is voice lesson. We teach you how to breathe and how to do that. He said, I want you to take that class the first semester. So I did, and he said, I'm sorry I made you take that class. He said, because you already knew. And I was like, yeah, Mr. Cole taught me how to sing. But yeah, I love it. It's great, man. This is my favorite thing to do in life. Other than, this is being recorded. Mm-hmm. Let me rephrase that. Okay. This is one of my favorite things to do in life. My other favorite thing in life to do is hang out with my wife and my daughter. Sometimes I say things and I'm like, that's not right. You're going to get yourself in trouble.
Well, that was.
You know about that. Look at him. He said, "Oh, he knows about that."
You gotta be careful.
Yeah. So after college and you went for music, what'd you do when you got out? Is music all you've done? Have you had?
Well, no. I mean, I do. I have to pay bills.
To supplement.
I have to work. I've had so many dang jobs. It's funny because me and my brother-in-law were talking today, and I said, "This is the longest tenured job I've ever had." because I don't count working with my dad because that wasn't somebody else paying me. I painted with my dad a lot, and then me and him hang shutters during the week. Me and Luke do, and I said, this has been my longest tenured job. I've worked for Ace Hardware. I've worked at Kmart. I've worked at Chick-fil-A. I've worked for McRae's. I've worked for J.C. Penney's, which J.C. Penney's was my shortest job. I was there for a day.
I've had one of them.
And the guy because I would go in before everybody had come in, and I'd have to run the floor machine is what they wanted me to do and clean the tile and stuff like that and go through the whole store before everybody got there. And then the other custodian guy that they had hired to come in and do that job was real creepy. And so I was like, I'm not going back down there because he said some things to me in the break room that I was like, hey, you make me feel kind of uncomfortable, man.
I'm not custodial guy.
Yeah.
You know, he probably just did that on
Not
purpose.
not killing people creepy, but like he's going to start showing me pictures of stuff I don't want to see. He's going to invite me. Yeah. He's going to invite me and somebody to come.
You ever seen a
sit in a hot tub with him and his wife or something?
You ever seen a grown man naked? You do? Do you like gladiator movies?
Listen, that was all. That was all of that. I was afraid that was going to happen. So
a lot of people won't get that reference.
No,
but he was probably just. He was. He was probably just. Yeah, I lost my train of thought.
Well, I didn't have the beard then, so it wasn't the beard.
No, he was probably just an old feller that did that to everybody that got hired for that
Probably,
position.
just trying to freak you out.
And he went home every day going, he won't come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Popsicle?
Yeah.
You want popsicle?
I just thought he had a hole somewhere in one of his rooms and throw lotion down in it.
It rubs the lotion on its skin.
The lotion of the skin.
Be like that Doritos commercial.
We're going through a lot of movie references right here. It's weird.
So you've decided that you wanted to start releasing some stuff. So what you got going on other than this one? Have you got a whole bunch in the kitty fixing to hit?
Yeah, so I'm going to put that What God Gave Me out. And it's actually full band, so I'm very proud of that.
Okay.
And then I got a few more full band stuff that are just sitting there that I just haven't. It's the problem is just I haven't got them mastered yet. They're just sitting there, and I need to get them mastered so that they sound good when they come out and stuff. And but the acoustic stuff, I've got. I'm gonna put Angeline out that written by Justin Johnson from Nashville. Him and oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name, but he owns Soulshine Pizza, and. Golly, I'm drawing a blank. He's going to be mad at me.
Well,
he's going to spit in my pizza next time I go up there.
Yeah, you can sit here, and if you think of his name, then we'll
we'll
roll,
edit it in there.
We'll roll right back in it.
We'll edit that out. But Justin wrote that, and it's a beautiful song. I love it. I fell in love with it the first time I ever heard it, and I see nothing wrong with cutting somebody's song. That's what everybody else is doing.
Right.
And it's a good one. And then. Drinking Ain't the Problem. That's going to be one that comes out that I wrote that with Evan Lee in Nashville. Good buddy of mine. He's from Wisconsin boy, and I had him do the demo rough so that I could listen to it and stuff like that. And you can hear his Wisconsin accent in it, all in it. And I'm just like, man, I'm gonna have to cut this. I'm gonna have to do a demo of this because this don't sound country. But he does. He's been down here long enough. He's got that twang to him now, and he's got some good stuff. But then, man, I'm trying to think of what all else I got sitting on the what else I've got going. I'm at that No More that I put out the song earlier. I'm gonna put it out, and that was just me. That's just me. Leaving Tennessee and No More are just me. I'm the only songwriter on it. And I'm very proud of them. Very proud of that because they both have won Songwriter Achievement Awards. And I'm very proud of that because it was stuff that I did. And I'm proud of the other stuff. I've got two songs currently out on my own. Raised Rowdy. That it's self-explanatory. And it was written with Sean Rivers, and he helped me out with that. And we finished it. It's about me and just me and my parents, and just that basic what I told earlier about Hank and all that stuff. And then I wrote a song with Adam Hood called "You Don't Have to Fall." It's out. I got a song on a compilation album called Rock and Roll Basement Monsters, and the name of the song is Demons, and it was written by Jaron Johnson. Jaron Johnston. There's Justin Johnson. Jaron Johnston of the Cadillac 3. I used to work for those guys, and they had a song when they were Bang 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 called Demons, and I loved it. And I was like, I want to put it on this Halloween compilation album. And so I texted him. He said, yeah, and I put it on there. And it's out. It's on Rock and Roll Basement if you look it up on iTunes and Spotify and all that stuff. And then I got a song with a girl named Reveille called Honey.
Okay.
That's a duet. And
Well,
so
but that's nice.
it's nice. It's a good little heartbreaker. Like, you know, George and Tammy.
Yeah.
Ish.
George and Tammy-ish.
Ish. You know, something with Lord George, a little Conway and Loretta, something like that. You know,
Okay.
it's a good little. I like stuff like that. Like I love.
You're the reason her kids are ugly.
It's my favorite. That's my favorite George Conway and Loretta song. I love stuff like that. Like, I mean, you're the reason God made Oklahoma. You know, all these old duets,
that old stuff.
Golden Rings. Just I love stuff like that, and I like collaborator stuff. Like I love Waylon and Hank, the conversation. Waylon and Willie. You know, the Highwaymen, all that kind of stuff, man. When Hank Williams Jr. and Johnny Cash did a song called "That Old Wheel," and I want to recut that so dang bad with somebody, and I'm just trying to figure out who I'm gonna like get my nerves in a bunch about asking.
Yeah.
Charlie Starr from Blackberry Smoke told me one time. He said we wanted Greg Allman on a Free on a Wing song, and he said I had a buddy tell me, he said he ain't gonna. He said he never know if he wants to do it unless you ask him.
That's true.
And so we asked him, and he said yes. And I was like, well, okay. And so I told Charlie, I said, well, you don't forget you told me that. And he said, why? And I was like, well, I got a question for you. But yeah, man, like George Jones and Merle Haggard and Willie and Merle Haggard. And I mean, just everybody used to be, it seemed like there's a bigger camaraderie back then than there is now. I mean, that don't seem like it's, I mean, I think we talked about this last night.
You and I did.
Yeah,
We
I
talked
mean,
about it last night.
we, you know, I was like, it doesn't seem like, to me, there's that, they talk about bro country, and I'm like, that ain't no brotherhood. That ain't no, I mean, yeah, they'd hang out and do whatever, but, I mean, that back in the day, man, everybody cut everybody's song. You heard about 5 versions of Can't You See, and you heard about 6 versions of a Willie Nelson song, and, you know, then they'd write a song about, hey, write your own songs.
Yeah, and I think, and we've talked about it a lot on here, you know, I think at some point it did get to where it was more cutthroaty. And you're going to have that in anything, but it's been awesome for us on the local scene that it's all so far, mostly everybody is in it together and trying to, you know, just.
And I kind of feel like that's starting to happen with some of the guys that, Aaron, we talked about this. I know him and Josiah, and there's Dalton Bush, and you know, there's a lot of other guys out there that's doing this. We're, you know, you see them. We're all doing the same thing. We're busting our butts trying to make a living doing this. And I ain't never in my life, you know, considered myself anything more than somebody that goes out on the Friday and Saturday night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, and play music. I mean, I've never thought of myself as a superstar or think that I'm better than everybody else or anything like that with my music career. So that an anonymous post posted about me the other day that had nothing to do with music, but I just had to get it off my chest. But it just, you know, I don't think that I'm more than what I am. I am a father and a husband. I get up Monday through Thursday and go work out in the hot sun, and then I come home and spend time with my family, eat dinner, and cook dinner. And then on Fridays and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights, I go out and I leave that family to go make a living.
Right.
To go make money to make sure that my daughter has food on the table and make sure that I can put clothes and diapers and all that stuff on her. And that's, you know, I have one elaborate dream of this whole music thing. I want to be able to go play one of my songs at the Grand Ole Opry. Just once. I want to be able to do that because I want to be able to do that with my mom and my dad standing right there on them curtains or in them up there in them benches that they have back there that you can have family. I want to be able to look over and see my mom sitting there right before I play. And I want to be able to do that. I want to do one of my songs there for her.
See, so now you've got the goal.
Got the goal. That's the goal.
You're busting ass to get there.
I don't ever want to be. I've never really strived to be Garth Brooks.
It's probably okay.
I mean, I you know what I mean? Like that's never been the big. That's never been it. My favorite thing is waking up in a van.
Down by the river?
And going, where are we? Went to sleep in Colorado, woke up in Montana or Southern California or, in the Midwest, Kansas or Chicago or so, I love doing stuff like that. That was my favorite thing about being on the road. And just being able to see things I ain't never seen. That music lets you do that. Music lets you go. Some people think it's it's vacation. No, it ain't a vacation. I'm working my butt off when I'm there. But when I have downtime, I'm going to go to Mount Rushmore.
Yep.
I'm going to go to Niagara Falls. I'm going to go, and I want to get to a point in my life where I can do that and take my family with me and be able to take my daughter and show her these things and show her the Grand Canyon and be able to show her the Pacific Ocean, be able to show her Niagara Falls, be able to go to Canada and be like, hey, look, you're going places that, I want to be able to do stuff like that. Because you learn. I mean, that's how I've learned life is I haven't just been constructed to just this small, it's going to sound wrong when I say it, but I'm going to say it.
You clearly have not ever watched any of our stuff.
I feel like that there's a lot of folks that stay home in their little small towns, and that makes them small-minded. And their views of what they believe
Absolutely.
And stuff like that. I have a different belief in life, but I feel like what I believe in is still the core values as the small town person that stayed. But I do understand more stuff. I do understand that there's more to life than working at a job that you do not like and making yourself be just
there.
Mm-hmm. And
we've talked about that a couple.
We
times.
have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Y'all are not examples of that whatsoever.
I told my wife the other day that as we get older and as soon as the youngest is done and moved out, I'm thinking about selling everything and getting like a little houseboat. Not a houseboat, but whatever the ones would be that you could travel the rivers and shit.
Yeah.
I guess that could still be a houseboat.
Yeah.
Cabin cruiser.
Yeah, maybe one of them. The cheaper ones of whatever is available, I'm sure would be what we would have to do. But,
Nothing elaborate.
yeah, but if you could
50-foot yacht.
Yeah, no, that would be a little elaborate. But I mean, nowadays, if you could figure out a way to work from home, which my wife does, but
It's almost everybody.
yeah, and so if you don't have to go into work, you get up in the morning, drink
My
your
old
coffee.
lady works from home too.
Well, you want to go on a boat too? So, you wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Could you imagine on the river somewhere, just like what you said,
Yeah.
you went to sleep somewhere, you woke up. Of course, it'd probably be a good idea to anchor if you're going to sleep on the river. But anyway, besides that, you wake up in the morning and you go out on the little patio porch thing and drink your coffee and the sunrise on the creek and
Yeah.
wherever it is that you're at. Again, it'd be a river.
I'm hearing.
All
I'm
I
hearing
can
that
picture,
music.
all I could picture was the Office episode where Andy's floating in that creek out there. I'm Andy Bernard. I'm with a group called Dunder Mifflin. You're just floating down through there.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, because you do get to a point where you realize that there is way more than what you've been putting your efforts into.
I mean, our house, the money that we've borrowed, for our mortgage to buy our house, we could have bought a nice RV and lived wherever we wanted to live.
Yep.
That's wake up and homeschool our daughter and teach her the world. I'd love to do that, but we don't do that because she has grandparents, especially my mom and dad and my wife's mom and dad. They would kill me
Yeah, and it's hard to separate yourself from family for some people. Some people they're
Oh yeah,
just ready to go.
I mean, that's the biggest thing of why we bought the house we bought. That's why we live where we live. Is because we're kind of, my mom and dad,
close.
close to my mom and dad, close to her mom and dad, and we're, that anytime they want to see her. So, I love Christmas and Thanksgiving are my favorite, just because we all get together and eat. We all together. My favorite thing in the world. We used to have a family reunion when I was younger, for my dad's side of the family, and we used to go to Camp Sematonga, and everybody would be there, and that was my favorite. May, when that weekend in May come around, I was so happy, dude. It was.
So were you happy over the people or the food?
Nowadays, I'm gonna say food.
Yeah, I did too. Then
Because some of those folks I don't talk to anymore.
that happens too.
It does, and that's okay, because I look at I grew up and understood in my life that sometimes you have to get those people out of your life. Sometimes
You
if when there's so much drama goes on, and there's so much this and so much that, and there's somebody, well, so and so's been in prison, so and so's out of prison, well, they're back in prison, and you don't need that in your life. You don't need that. You need to worry about you and yours, and all that other stuff just makes you gray. And you don't get to do the things that you want to do, which is spend time with your family. My favorite thing in the world is to play with my daughter. I mean, that's my dude. She is. That's.
Well, and those things, it makes my heart feel good when there's people that have figured that out. I didn't figure it out. I missed a lot with my first one, missing a lot with my second one, because you're out working and working, and so it's awesome that that y'all have been able to figure out a way to kind of mesh all that together.
I missed 18 years of my oldest one's life, so I've been trying to make up for that for the past 10 years.
Yep.
And so we're, things are 12 years, 12 years now, but it's great because we have a great relationship now. And it's great. This is something that's, means a lot to me because, favorite thing in the world is kids. I mean, my nieces and nephews treat them like they're my own. I think it's because I'm still a kid.
You could have a little something to do with it.
I still act like a kid, and sometimes I like to do, stupid stuff sometimes and have fun. And but I love it, man. There's my favorite thing in the world is just to hear my niece and nephew laugh. I'm making my nephew laugh easy. He's the easiest, man. I can just, hey, Atticus, pull my finger. He's in, man. And then
No uncle has ever said that.
None. And then we were just talking about it today. I'm like, man, some of the funniest things ever in my life, like my sister's kids. And then both of my sisters have kids, and I used to, I just shake them up like a Mountain Dew bottle and send them home. Funniest thing in the world, buddy. Funniest thing in the world. And then some of the stuff they say.
Yeah, there are those people that enjoy doing that, and then it's fun as shit on your side. But the ones that have to deal with it when they come home, we don't like people like
the greatest thing ever is when my brother-in-law looked at me one day and said, "Oh yeah, you having a baby, huh?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Can't wait to Christmas and her birthday. We're gonna buy everything in the world that makes noise." And I said, "Good, because I love those toys." Why do you think I bought them for your kids?
You'll be in there like the Jimmy Fallon thing where they do all the Tinker Trinket.
Oh gosh, yeah,
the little kazoos and the thing.
Yeah, because my daughter's she's already got a little bluey drum set, and she's really good with it. She's be 2 in November. She's doing pretty good. She knows to hit everything. She's not hitting everything, and then she beats me up with the sticks and beats my wife up, and then loves on us and gives us sugars and hugs, and then hits us again with it. And
so y'all be able to cut a record here pretty soon.
I hope so.
She can play the drums.
Which my son plays drums. He's a drummer. He went to Jacksonville State on the full ride, marching Southerners, and he's kind of opposite of me. I quit college for music. He quit music for college. He's got a master's degree, and I'm just like, who are you?
Who is this kid?
Who is this kid? Why do you? And yeah, there you go. He is, but I'm very proud of him. He's done a lot. He's segue.
I don't have one at the moment. I can't go from Cox to right back into something else. Nobody does. I know.
I thought he meant he didn't have a cock at the moment. I didn't know.
We've already.
I didn't know what was
yeah.
going on.
When a pretty lady say something about a cock, everybody loses their mind.
Yeah, I was everything I
Hey,
had.
you know what my favorite thing about this is? My preacher's gonna watch this.
Oh. Well, you've been.
That's all right.
You've been.
That's all right.
you've
I
been
hadn't
very-
mistakenly said anything any worse at church in front of him before.
You've
so.
been very good, and we've been very good. And this,
They
We've
have.
We've
Yeah.
actually been pretty good tonight.
yeah, this
Decent.
Yeah, so
Decent.
he should be proud.
I think it was just a feeling, just a mellow feeling. I said, I told some of these people when they got here, I said, this is going to be one of those nights. It's just kind of chill. I think I was just getting the vibe.
Yep.
It's going to be kind of chill. Yeah.
I think it was. I think
good.
it was. I think it was good.
we
shit.
had our up fun,
Yep.
brought us back down, kept us there a little while. Up.
Yeah.
And
Because
back down,
like I
back
said, dude,
I like that.
I've said it before. Rustin Kelly has nothing on me, buddy. I'll make you cry.
And then we drank a Pepsi and everything was all right.
Yeah, crack an ice cold Pepsi and everything's good.
Yeah. Are they a
The,
sponsor?
You know, the cool. Pepsi does. They take care of us. They help us out with drinks every week. So we've got these drinks to give you guys:
Nice.
cold drinks, cold waters, those Aquafina waters, all that. I appreciate them.
No, it smells all right.
Super-
I like that.
super
It's a
cool
good
guys.
flavor.
Great company, Pepsi of Coleman and Decatur. They help us out. We
Awesome.
appreciate them.
Drastically. He even gave us a sign to put up.
Nice.
That
I
sign
like
right
that.
there.
I saw that.
Little cooler
I saw
over
that.
there.
I
Keep
saw
the
that.
drinks in.
That'd
Yep.
be awesome fun. Can I get one of those for my house?
We'll see what we can do.
Do you magic?
It might cost you a little bit,
I want them to make me
but
one.
you got plenty of money.
I'll take them. I'll let them. They'll make. If they make me one to put my logo on it, I'll be all right with it. I'll take it.
I watched
I'm,
a dude the other day on the TikTok making the old school neon signs.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I'd love to do that.
I'm hoping we've got some co-op Pepsi Farm Lounge, Bar Music Live, Fancy Unfiltered, whatever merchandise for long, actually.
And look, and I'm gonna be remiss to not say this, but what y'all are doing is awesome. I as somebody who has tried his best in many different avenues to try to do this, and I've always said I don't care what I'm doing. I don't care if I'm a tour manager. I don't care if I'm selling the T-shirts. I don't care if I'm what I'm doing, hanging lights, doing sound, whatever. I want to be around music all my life, and you guys are being around music, and y'all are putting guys out there and girls and giving us a platform, and I appreciate that. This is awesome. So
Well, we appreciate that.
We
and we
appreciate
appreciate you doing
Glad
what
to
you
do
do, and that's why we do what we do.
well, it's
We
not
love
a
music.
lot of folks care out there anymore. I mean, they just we once again something else we were talking about. You get some of these places that we're going to put concert schedule up, and they're posting all the big concerts, and they don't care about the little guy. They don't care about the all that, and then, it's like,
And that's my big thing over this past year of doing all of this has been, I started it because I wanted something that was authentic. And that to me is about the most authentic form you can find is
Right.
somebody, just like you said, especially when you're doing your acoustic, you're putting yourself out there, you're vulnerable, it's scary for you, you wish you had a full band to hide behind. But that is authentically you, and that shows here. And that's why most of the time that all these people are here to watch you do your thing, and we've talked about that.
and it's being authentic is hard for some people because
It
they
is.
want you to hear. They think they're telling you what you want to hear, and that's what's going to be, like that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants me to dress this way. Everybody wants me to do this. I mean, you can see pictures of me on my Facebook page of. Okay, so let me give you the example. Raise Rowdy, the album cover that I did for the single cover for that. It's me and my dad when I'm 5 years old, and here I am sitting in the cowboy hat, got the shade, got the aviators on, wearing my cowboy boots. my Hank Jr. T-shirt. I mean, then there's
Telephone.
other pictures of us where I'm wearing my Pearl Snap shirt and my I mean it's just it's not something that I was like that's a fashion choice. It's just been something I grew up with.
Right.
I love when I say I love country music. I love country music. I don't care. I mean, when in high school, people didn't like riding with me because I was listening to. I had Vern Gosdin in the tape deck, listening to him, or I was listening to George Jones, or I was listening to Johnny Cash, or I was listening. And a lot of those guys didn't. That was during the era of Pearl Jam and Nirvana and all that stuff started coming out, and they were listening to that, or they were listening to like Tupac and the rap and all that kind of stuff. And here I am still listening, but I'd listen to that stuff. I'm not saying that I didn't. I listened to the alternative. I listened to rock. I listened to rap. I listened to all that stuff. I was real big. I loved Christian rock bands too. I had a bunch of Christian rock bands I really liked. I mean, but I loved country music. Like I sat and watched documentaries as a kid about country music. Yeah, I mean, I sat there and watched the videos of the guy sitting there. You barely see him because the video is grainy, and the song that they have found sounds like it's been taken down a dirt road and drug in the back behind a car, and then they put it on to play it.
But it still sounded
But
good.
it still sounded good.
Have you seen those people? I tried to tell somebody this the other night, and I couldn't remember, and I still don't. But there's people on Facebook right now. They're out of California. Not Facebook. What's the other one? TikTok. And they're going back and intentionally making their stuff sound and look like back in the day, and they're blowing up because everybody likes that. I like that.
I used to. My guilty pleasure was always I loved bluegrass. Love bluegrass.
I like some bluegrass.
I've got a Sirius XM in my car, and bluegrass channel is one of my saved, and my wife hates it.
Yeah, I don't have one of them saved. I don't like it that much, but I do like it.
But I love that stuff. I love Southern gospel music. I love the Gaithers and all that kind of stuff. The Kingsmen, the Gold City. I loved all that kind of stuff because that came from because I love the Oak Ridge Boys. I love the Statler Brothers. That's my favorite. Playing solitaire till dawn with a deck of 51. Staying up watching Captain Kangaroo. Hey, you got me on that, buddy. I mean, all the gold in California. I mean, that's still. And when Sturgill did that on the Righteous Gemstones, that's buddy. I played that.
I hadn't got to that part yet. I've got to watch the rest of that. Actually,
yeah, that's going to be.
I think I'm in the third episode.
Season 3, I believe.
I've watched one episode of that, and then.
Well, you just need to find that episode. And watch
that one.
And watch that episode. I think that's like maybe the season finale or something like that. He comes.
You'll go to hell for watching it, but it's awesome to watch.
Oh no!
But the problem with it is
I've watched plenty of other stuff. I'll probably be right there driving the bus. I'm just saying.
The problem with that show is this: the accuracy of the things that they're doing is point on. But the difference is they exaggerate it immensely. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I'm gonna take this moment because I never mention this kind of stuff really, but we do all this stuff for free. Mm-hmm. I don't talk about this a lot. You can go to barmusiclive.com right now. There's a donate tab on there. God, I can't say it with a straight face. You can go to the menu tab. And you go down there to pay, and there's multiple ways to donate money to this. Whatever you got, cash out, whatever. Because all I need is $2 million and an 8-ball.
I ain't asking for the world here.
I just want an 8-ball and $2 million.
Shut up, nerd. Go outside. You mean to tell me you spent all day in there choosing something to wear, and that's what you chose? So my baby Billy's my favorite. He's my spirit animal.
Yeah, he's great.
I'm gonna have to go watch it now.
Oh, you got to watch it just for baby Billy. Just for baby Billy.
It's funny. It's funny.
We started it, but there was something else that came on about the same time as that we had been watching.
Right.
And so we watched like one episode, and then we shifted right back over, and then I ain't looked back since. So
That's
No,
yeah.
no, Baby Billy will keep you addicted.
I really hope that eventually they come up and decide, hey, we need to do some more of this because they've wrapped it. They finished the show.
oh, so they're done.
It's done. Four
Okay, so
seasons and it's done.
So now I might watch it because I like to just binge and
Yeah.
get it all done.
But I think that what they're going to eventually end up doing, I think they're going to eventually make a Baby Billy show. They got to because he is just
Like a spin-off,
he is just
yeah.
too good. He is just too good to not have him.
Massive.
Baby Billy's baby Baba Bonkers.
Baba Bonkers. And then you had what was Teen
Teen Jesus. It's Teen Jesus.
This would be so much funnier if I'd watched the show.
It's so good.
Yeah.
But the best part of that, I'm gonna ruin it for you right now because I do stuff like that. But because at the end,
If we'll hurry
at
up
the
and
end
wrap
of
this
message
up,
in the
I'll turn it
bottle,
on.
he dies.
Right?
But my favorite thing is he sits there the fact that he fires the kid that's playing Tingus and he starts playing Tingus. That is my favorite thing about. I'm like, are you kidding me?
But Jesus had to win the dance competition.
He had to win the dance competition, and I laughed so hard at that song. I was like, I can't.
I was crying.
Everything he did, you're gonna love. You're
God is amazing.
he's good. He's an Alabama boy.
Yep.
He's an Alabama boy, and that's why he's good. That's why he's so good.
That's where everything good comes from.
Yep. The but things like that. So I've got some things.
You got Teen Just in your back pocket.
No, I ain't got Tingus, but I ain't gonna say it. I'll wait till after Friday. I got to get some confirmation on it. It's
Don't jinx nothing.
nothing gonna jinx. Not gonna jinx nothing. But I might have something good coming here soon.
Well, just holler back at us.
And I'll let you know. And I guess something might be that I'm very proud of. That I'm like, hey, yeah, all right, I don't know, we can do this. And so when it happens, if it happens, I'll mess you. I'll let you know, and we'll talk about it when I come back. Full
Sounds
band.
like a deal.
But because
You want to see this guy come back with a full band?
get a little steel guitar and a little tear in your beer. That's what
Yeah.
I got.
Yeah, you just put yourself on the counter before you leave. That way we'll know we can prepare.
Yeah, I have had things in the past that I have been very excited before. That this is the real world. Sometimes things don't happen and you get let down, and that's been one of my problems. I get so pumped about something. I'm just like, oh yeah, this is it. It's gonna happen, and I'm gonna be famous. I'm viral. I'm gonna be able to do this for a living. Quit my job.
And ain't shit happened yet, has it?
ain't nothing happened.
I've gotten to the point to where I usually my wife gets on to me sometimes because I see that it's not that I'm being negative. I just see all the negative things that could happen, and so I pay attention to them and try to adjust accordingly. But yeah, I don't get my hopes up much anymore because that usually just is a downer.
I'm not one of them new age guys, as you can tell. If my looks have deceived you, I'm not a new age guy. I don't believe in crystals. I don't believe in like laying rocks on me and that's pulling all the disease out of my body. But I am a believer in positive thoughts, and I have for my life I've had some times where I've been down and I do not have those positive thoughts. But I think that especially since we had our daughter, that there's stress that comes along with that because you worry about stuff. But I feel like I've had a little bit more positive thoughts in my life.
That's good.
Since she's came along, and I want to try to in my life not. I feel like if I can get rid of some of this worry that I have, because finally one day I stopped and I was just like, what, that ain't gonna mean nothing. Like in 100 years, ain't nobody on this planet gonna know anything about Jeremy Noble. Nothing. I don't think they're gonna know nothing about any of us. The only things that's gonna outlast us are them rocks that are laying right out there, and they'll be here in 100 years, and that'll be it. I mean, they'll be nobody will be living here anyway. There won't be nobody on Earth because they'll be living in them Jetsons houses up there in the sky, and there'll be flying cars
'cause
and all that stuff.
Elon's going to take us to Mars.
He's
You know
going to
what?
take us to Mars.
You know what? You should cover Heaven by Live.
Oh,
That just
yeah.
made me think of that. You should do that.
I like that song. I like
Yeah.
Live. Yeah, I actually saw Live for free in Birmingham one year because I won tickets off of Beaner and Ken's show.
I remember.
And I got to
Boehner
see
and
Live. I got to see Live and Bush together, and that was such a good show, buddy. God, it was a good show. We saw Stone Temple Pilots on Live a couple of years ago with The Cure, and The Cure was the headliner, and I thought to myself, well, that should have been Bush.
Should have flipped it.
I mean, when you come out and the crowd only knows one of your songs,
Yeah.
and then the second song that you
Monday
do that they do know, go, oh, wait a minute, that's this band.
We've been to some that was that way, where the openers were way better.
Stone
than
Temple Pilots was great. That guy that they've got now is good. And then Bush came out though, and it was
It's not Scott Weiland anymore. Who's the
no, they've got some new guy, but Weiland died. And
Yeah.
look, I'll say this: growing up, I loved Stone Temple Pilots. I thought they were great, and like I wanted to model a lot of that I did band wise after Scott Weiland. And then you start finding out all the troubles that were coming along with him and the demons he fought. And I'm like, I think I'm pretty good.
You just ixnay that.
Yeah. And then there was Chris Robinson. I thought Chris Robinson was a great front man. I thought Black Crowes, one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
And then, which that all spawned from, Ronnie and the boys, Ronnie Van Zant coming out and tearing it up and telling people what what to do on his quarterback on stage, telling everybody what to do. And I loved Leonard Skinner, and I wish they were still here. And Allman Brothers and stuff like that. Man, but I love a good front man. Anybody that get out there and entertain, that's what I wanted to do. That's where I'm at.
Were you,
Not a big Kiss guy. I mean, that's my one thing against me, I guess. I wasn't really.
We're not friends anymore.
Don't watch. I like Kiss. I'm not saying that I don't like Kiss, but I was never a Kiss Army guy. I never was like, oh yeah, Kiss. I was just like,
You
oh
go
yeah,
out and get your shoes and the fake tongue
Our kids are ugly.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
What's that song?
You're the reason our kids are ugly.
You're the reason our kids are ugly.
Do that. It'll be so fun at places. Do that. You're the reason our kids are ugly.
Conway tweeting
Here's
Loretta
the,
Lynn.
but I would do that. But let me tell you what the problem is.
Oh no.
Little liberal.
Anytime a young lady comes to a show, I'd love to get up and do a song. Oh, okay. Do you know any John Prine and Irish Dement? No, don't know that song. Oh, you don't know In Spite of Ourselves? Oh, no. You know any Conway or Loretta? No. You know,
She wants to do picture. Just go ahead and say
yeah,
it. She wants to do picture.
No. It's either picture or tell me something, girl.
Oh,
And I'm like,
please, no.
oh, I can't do it. I love that movie, though. I love that movie. That's another.
that was a pretty.
That was a good movie.
That was a
I've
pretty
never
good
watched the
But
movie.
You're like, please God, don't let me sing this damn.
because then if you do it, you do picture, and it's their turn to come in there. And you're like, and she's over there just. And you're like, what in the world are you doing? Are you okay? Did I need to get some? Do I need to get a leather strap put in your mouth for the seizure that you're having right here?
I'm thinking maybe you get somebody who's a seasoned singer to do
Yeah.
that. with
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Not just
My
somebody
dream.
else.
So I'll tell you who I'd love to do that song with. That I think would be fun. I think she does because her and her band are incredible, and I love them. I love them. Me and her husband are. I love him to death. I love Taylor Honeycutt. They are-
Oh yeah, she is so cool.
Taylor Honeycutt,
Yeah.
her band, her guys, her husband, and all those guys. I love every one of them.
We saw her down at Chestnut Station
Oh yeah.
in Gadsden last year. And
That is just. She is one of my favorite.
Dee Dee- I've actually got Dee Dee's picture with her. I gave Taylor a Bar Music Live shirt.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. She opened.
I almost
up,
wore my Taylor Honeycutt shirt tonight, and then I went since it was Wednesday. I wore my Whalen shirt.
She opened up for them Dirty Roses.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
she is. She has been. Yeah, man, dude, I love it because they to me are that. I mean, you see them on stage, then you see them off stage, and they're the same. They're still that same group of people.
Oh, she was so friendly,
Yeah.
walking through the crowd, talking to everybody. I mean, she stopped and talked to us for a while. I mean, she
But
was
that would be
she
the
was super
dream to
cool.
be able to do that song with Taylor. She'd be fun to do that song with because her band's incredible anyway. It'd be fun to get up there with them and do stuff with them and everything. And I love Taylor. She's good. And
Tell her about the farm lounge. Try to get her to come here.
I'll talk to them. I'll send them a message, try to get them up here.
Tell them to come on.
I'd like to do, and another one is like Adam Hood's got a song that he did with Sonny Sweeney called "The Countryist," and I love it. It's such a good song, and I was always like, man, I'd love to find somebody to do that song with, and so I don't know. I used to laugh and say, "Oh, Miranda Lambert," but then I watched the 60-minute special on her and Blake Shelton, and my wife said no. And I said, I understand that completely. But yeah, that song. But we was talking about Johnny Cash and Hank Jr. doing that old wheel. I'd love to do that with Jamie Johnson. Like I'd love to do a duet with Jamie Johnson and it be that song because it's such a good song and I feel
That'd
like
be
he
awesome.
would kill it. I feel like he would. I love Jamie Johnson. Jamie Johnson, one of my favorites because, and I'll tell you why he's my favorite. He is my favorite because exactly just like you hear he sang about. He said, they took all my song, they shelved all my songs, and they made him record what he didn't want to do. He had to put out a album that he didn't want to do. But he slid some stuff in there that he wanted to do and found a way around it. And that album made him his songwriting and that album made him be able to go and do that high cost of living album. He did the album.
I know the backstory between Jennings and Jones. You know that?
I have heard it. I've heard it.
So one of his, or actually two of his best friends that were roommates with him in college, one of them I know very well. And they told him that one day they were going to put his music between Jennings and Jones. Just said that casually one day. And that's where that song, he wrote that song based on that.
That whole album has, here's the thing about that album that I love. That album to me is the most Wayne Mills album not made by Wayne Mills. That's to me because him and Jamie were buddies, and me and Wayne got buddies, and it's just some of the stuff that I've seen happen. Like Wayne would I'd walk in the door and he'd stop whatever it was he was playing, look at the bartender and go, send me 2 Coors Lights and 2 shots of Jaeger to the bar, please. Let's do Dinosaur, boys. And he'd go into Dinosaur. And and when I do Dinosaur, I added a verse and it's for Wayne. And so, I got a little ticked off. I thought there was some folks that was using Wayne memory after he passed away to make money. And I won't ever want to do that. If you're not supporting Carol and his son, who is an incredible guitar player in his own right, and I've seen him do some cool stuff. But these guys that were using his name, some of them, they can go take a long walk off a short pier. Mm-hmm. But no, Jamie Johnson to me is the one that's leading the charge to keep country music alive. And then right beside him is Marty Stewart. Marty Stewart's right there with him. And I love Marty too. I love Marty Stewart. But those two right there, I mean, people complaining when they go to a Jamie Johnson show, he just stood there the whole time and played guitar and sang a song. And I was like, well, that's why I loved it. That's why all those people bought that ticket.
Yeah, that's
because they want to see him come up there and do that song.
That's what he do.
That's what he does for a living, and he does it pretty damn good. But yeah, man, he's one of them that I'd love to work with, man, because I'd love to do something with him because he's from Alabama. You know, he gives back, And that's another thing that I love about it, because that's what I'd love to do. That's what I want to do. You know, I'll go play these charity events. I'll go do these things. Just like tonight, this with this young man here at Fang. That was a highlight of my night. Sorry, but that was a highlight of my night.
Oh,
That was.
I could tell.
I mean, if he was still here, as soon as this was over with, I'd go right back to talking to him.
Yeah.
Because that's the things that you remember. If when you're a kid, somebody that you see doing something like this, and that person's spending time with you and giving time back to you, oh man, dude, it lasts forever.
It does.
I mean, I could watch him when I was playing. He was sitting over there watching me trying to do what and I'm like, man, there you go. That's where you do it. And that made my night. And I love that. I love it when families are. I like playing shows where I have where families can be there. I don't do as many bar late night get it done playing at 2 a.m. gigs as I used to do. And now a lot of the places I play, there's families there, so I can't do a lot of Roger Allen Wade songs. And and sometimes when I do one, I have to change words and I have to say some different things. And but I love stuff like that, because they'll come up and those little kids will beg mom and dad for $1 to go put it in that jar. And they want to be the one to put it in that jar. They want you to see them putting it in that jar, because they want you to see them. And I'm like, I see you, buddy. I see you. I'll stop singing. I'll be singing the song. Hey, buddy, thank you. And then I'll keep on doing the song. But that one little second, and then if they're still there when I take a break or get done or something like that, I make sure I go to them, make sure I say something to them, make sure I let them know that I'm very, grateful.
Right.
The gratitude has got to be shown. If not, they're not going to come back. They're not going to come back and see you. If you be a-hole to people, and
That's what you're gonna get back.
that's what you're going to get back. Yeah. Yep. I mean, if you go out and just kind of show that love to people, man, they're going to love you back. I mean, that's what I try to do. Be nice, man. It ain't hard. Yeah. That's some of these folks out here that like to post anonymously on Facebook and say whatever, the keyboard warriors of the world. Be nice.
Yeah, I don't.
Let's
like
just stop
keyboard
all
warriors.
that, man. I mean, I've watched people. I've watched people just have their world crushed because of something somebody said on Facebook.
I don't care.
And I'm like, God, you gotta
care.
let that go. You gotta let that go, because you know what? You're here.
Telephone.
It don't matter.
So anyway,
I
I think.
come on.
Yeah, I think our mics is about to go out because I hear them scratching. His batteries is probably about dead, and
That's what I'm good at.
yeah, but
Talking them till they die.
But we have thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. I hope you did.
I did, man. I can't wait to come back with a full band and do something here and get going, man. Because this is, well, like I said, man, I love what you got here. This is setup is nice. It's good what you're doing for people. I'm glad that I was be able to be a part of it.
We are too.
That's the good thing. And I'm gonna make sure that I talk to some folks. I'm gonna make sure that I let other artists know what y'all are doing, and let them get involved with this too, because it's. I'm a believer in helping each other out, and then once again back to our conversation last night. There's some folks out here that you talk to them and say, "Hey, man, I see you play at so and so. Who's the contact over there?" They don't want to tell you, because they're afraid you're about to steal a gig from them. And I'm like, hey, you can only play once a month. So I'm not really taking anything from you. You come ask me who the contact is at so-and-so. I'll tell you. I don't care. I make sure that the person don't mind me giving their phone number or their,
Right.
I try to get, I may not give their phone number, but I'll tell you who to get in touch with at the place. And because I think that's what we're all trying to do the same thing, man. We're all trying to out here make a living and trying to have fun when we do it. So just everybody love everybody.
Everybody love everybody. Be nice.
Be nice.
Love me sexy.
I'm good. You good?
If you'd seen any of my TikToks or reels or anything lately, be a courteous driver. Pay attention when you're driving. Pay attention to four-way stops. And learn what to do there if you don't know what to do.
Don't
I
drive.
could share one with you that I hadn't put out there yet that I'm about to. Y'all want to hear it? So I pull up to Highway 69 right up here. I'm sitting there waiting to turn left. Huh? I'm waiting to turn left. Brandon doesn't know his left from his right. Anyway,
Your point is, you're
so
right.
there's a lady coming northbound on 69, which would be to my left, and she's wanting to turn left, going into the road directly across from me.
Right.
Trying to paint this picture for you. All right.
left.
She waves for me to pull across the highway in front of her while she's sitting there waiting to turn left. I'm not going. I'm not going to go. A truck comes up to the other side. He stops. He's wanting to turn left to the road I'm in. He starts flashing the lights. This lady's not going. He's not going. Going against my better judgment, I start to pull out because neither one of them are doing anything. About that time, this guy guns it and pulls through there.
I'd be.
I was
words.
I was infuriated. I was infuriated. And I mean, I knew better than to do it. But what those people need to know is that's not the time or the way to be courteous when you're driving. If you're turning that way, just go. It's your time to go. Just go. Get out of the way. Let everything else clear out. It'll work out. Hey, if I had to sit there 3 more minutes, I was fine. I wasn't in that big of a hurry. It wasn't that big a deal. You know, just do what you're supposed to do. You know,
When I was
pay
in high
attention.
school, my dad had a wreck at a McDonald's in Atala because a lady goes, "Yeah, come on out." And then he started to go out, and she went whoop, and just ran right into the side of the car. He is so mad. My favorite thing in the world, somebody sent me Sean Rivers sent me a video on Instagram, and it was a dad. I don't know if y'all have seen it. It's a dad hanging a ceiling fan, and the globe won't screw in. And he starts doing the and all that. My dad is my favorite thing in the world is when my dad used to do that, and it used to. My favorite was when it happened in the boat when I was fishing. Because when I was younger, I wasn't as great, graceful as a fisherman as I am now, and a lot of tangling. A lot of stuff got tangled, and a lot of stuff ended up in trees, and. So he gets up there and he gets that trolling motor and he's over there and he's, give me the rod. He's taking that rod. He's trying to get it up, trying to get it out. Well, my cousin, his nephew, is in the boat beside us. He has pulled up to see what's going on. My dad's in front of that boat just yanking. He can't get that out of that tree. Just cussing. And he said, my cousin goes, "What'd you do?" And he goes, "This idiot right here is trying to catch squirrels." Sure, and he yanked that thing out, and that rattle trap come out of that tree. And it went, and it caught him in the arm. And my cousin looked at me and he goes, "You better get out of that boat."
Yeah.
I ain't never seen him fired up like that. And then we didn't even fish anymore. He gets that thing, just gets it off, throws his rod, my rod in the bottom of the boat, walks over there, put your life vest on. The boat's doing this going down through there because he won't idle out because he's trying to get back. And he took that boat out of the water. Get out of the boat. Hold the rope. We got in that truck and he did it. And so we pulled in the driveway. And apparently my cousin had called my mom and told her what had happened. And she standing out on the front porch. My dad looks at me and goes, "We're good." And that was it. But he used to get mad. God, I used to love watching him get mad. It became a hobby of mine to see what I could do to get him to that point where he's cussing, but you hear no cuss words. because he can't say them because he just so mad. And the favorite thing is like if anything messed up on the car, or if anything, or he was, or something happened, sink got clogged or something like that, and he just wouldn't do anything, and he couldn't get it, and he'd just keep on and on and on and on and on. And me and my sister would sit there, and I'd go, 2 minutes, and she'd look at me, and she'd go, no. I don't think it's gonna be 2 minutes. She said, I think it's gonna be like a minute and a half. I said, no, 2 minutes. Just wait. And we'd sit there and we'd time it, and he'd finally get so frustrated about it. We'd do stuff like that and just get him just. God, it was great. Like him and her would do like, so me and my sister are 6 years apart. And my dad worked for a prison in Talladega. Well, he became the vice president of the union over the Southeast region. So he used to have to go to Colorado. They go to Denver to the meetings, Vegas, Washington, D.C., and all this. Well, he's about to go to Washington, D.C. for a solid week for meetings for this union because he is the vice president. He has to be there. Well, the day before he leaves to go to the airport, my sister's on the phone, and this is back when the cord was stretched all the way down the hallway, and she's in the room.
The crinkle cut
Yeah.
cord has already
So
been
down the
straightened out.
hallway, on this side was where the phone is. Her room is down the hallway to the right. So it's down the hallway and kind of angled. And he's already ran into it twice. And I'm like, whoa, here we go. And so he goes in there, and her and him used to, nowadays he'd be in prison. They'd be in jail for this because they'd say he's abusing his children. But we used to always sneak up on him, and I'd stick that knuckle out, give him frog him right in the arm. Well, he decided he's going to go in there and get my sister back because she had already walked by and caught him one good time in the arm. He goes, oh, quit. We do it so much, it was just always sore. So he'd hit, And so he goes in there and gets my sister. She's sitting there on the phone, and he goes, like that, and gets her in the arm. She jumps up and starts to chase him down that hallway because she's going to get him back. And the couch is sitting here and just coming out of the hallway into the living room. And he turns that corner to get away from her. And when he does, he kicks that wooden leg, to that couch and broke his toes. He thought he went to the emergency room and said, the only thing we can do is tape them. All you can do is tape them together. So he tapes these 4 toes together, goes to Washington to walk around all week, having to walk on a cane, got them taped together. About 2 days into it, he takes his shoe off, and his foot's just throbbing, swollen. Turns out he had broke all his toes, and he had taped them to broken toes, which you're not supposed to do. And he'd been walking around with broke toes, and he'd come home, told us that, called us that night. I looked at her, I said, you're never leaving the house again. You do know that, right? And she's like, shut up. I mean, it was just, fun loving. We loved each other. We had fun and stuff like that. But that's one of my favorite stories ever. I like to embarrass. Like I said, I like embarrassing family. I do stuff that, we'll be at Walmart. My wife will be on the other end, and hey, do you need this? And it'd be like tampons or something. Just shut up.
Or adult depends.
No, I do
That's
not.
what you need to do next time.
That's what we do to my dad. We do that. I've done that to him. My mom used to. Everybody in Attala knew who. I mean, even if you wasn't from Attala, if you were just visiting the Attala Walmart while I was there with my family, you heard, "This is a customer page. Jeremy Noble, please meet your mother at the front of the store." I mean, and then I'd be like trying to make it from the toy section to there, and be not even halfway to the front yet. This is a customer page. Jeremy Noble, please come to the front of the store and meet your mother. And that she'd page me 3 times before I get to the front of that store. So when I grew up, I pulled into the Tyler Walmart one day and saw my mom and dad's truck sitting in the parking lot. And I was like, And so my father, I see him, and I'm like, oh, that's good. So I go up to the front, and I said, hey, I need to ask a favor. I said, my father is somewhere lost in this store, and we cannot find him. I said, could you please page him and get him to the front, please? This is a customer page. Audie Noble, please come to the front of the store. Your, oh my God. Once again, here we are going blank on stuff that I should know. Your nursing home chaperone is waiting for you at the front of the store. And I see him. I can see him. What? Hey, could you hit that page again? Because he probably didn't hear you. He's got hearing aids. Because my dad does. He has hearing aids. This is customer page. He come up there to that front, and that lady goes, oh, he's standing right over there, sir. And he turns around, and he goes, looked at me, and he goes, oh, God almighty, and just walked off. I didn't see him for 2 days after that. He wouldn't even talk to me. I mean, it was great, though, but that's the way we were. It's a family thing, you know.
It all works out, and I told my kid not too long ago that I felt like he was probably trying to piss me off intentionally, and then so then talk to people like you,
Now,
and it
now
does
after hearing
happen.
this story, you think,
So-
that's probably what's going on.
The greatest thing that ever happened at Walmart. So Walmart in Italia used to be on Highway 77 down before you got to the railroad tracks. And then not where the Supercenter is now. It was all the way down here before the red light. And so I go down there. My sister worked there at the time. And I pulled in because I was going in and get something. And I pulled off and left and went home. And so about 10, 15 minutes later, my dad comes in and he goes, have you been to Walmart? And I said, yeah, why? He goes, were you there about 20 minutes ago? And I said, well, yeah, I left and came home. He goes, well, that's good because about 10 minutes ago, I walked up to who I thought was you from behind and walked up and went, and just grabbed me a handful of butt cheek. He said, and was in the middle of still grabbing when this gentleman turns around and looks me in the eye. And I went, that is hilarious. And oh my God. And he said, he goes, I thought you were my son. And I said, Dad, that just made it worse. And so this guy's like, dude, you know, and he walks off, and it's an awkward moment. So the old Domino's Pizza sat in the parking lot of that Itala Walmart. I picked the phone up and I called because I was hungry and ordered a pizza and had it delivered to our house. Knock on the door. My dad goes to the door, opens up to see who it is because he doesn't know that I've ordered a pizza. Standing there with a pizza in his hand is the young man that my dad grabbed his butt cheek in Walmart. And I'm in the hallway.
Small world.
And that guy goes, that'll be 12:45. Rushes the pizza in. And I'm sitting there going, what in the world is going on here? And so I shuts the door just to try to ask him, what is going on here? He goes, that's the guy that I grabbed. And I thought I was going to lose it. I laughed. Yeah, I was laying in the floor laughing so hard at him because you'd go, hey, Dad, you think you'd learn because this has happened to you before. But dude, that's that. So there we go. Sorry, I had to tell that story.
I'm good. Are you good?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay. Well, we're good. Everybody good?
We're going to start a side podcast though. That's
Oh.
going to be called Jeremy and the Double D's.
There you go.
And the ass grabbing nation.
And it's going to be in the picture for it's going to be me standing there, but it's going to be y'all without hats on, standing in front of me with your heads down like that right there, about chest level. I think that would be hilarious.
I think we can do it.
Make it work.
We can do it.
I'm just saying. That's only OnlyFans subscribers get
Yeah.
that. You have
You can
to pay.
subscribe for
You have to
$19.99.
pay.
Extra
You
for that
have
kind
to
of stuff.
pay. And so that segues into, if you go to barmusic.com, barmusiclive.com, and you go to the menu section and you click on that menu section, you're going to scroll down and you're going to see donate. And folks, what we need to see here is we need to see you to go in and we need you to take time to ask, how much do you want me to give? And because you'll for just 25 cents a day, you could feed a starving musician.
That's right.
You can take the time and I see what you mean about not getting through that with
Yeah.
a straight face.
Right.
So,
So this has been our attempt at trying to have a show at the end of his show, live at the Farm Lounge, Bar Music Live, Fancy Unfiltered. Appreciate you being here. We'll see you guys on the next one.
thank you guys.